Assalamu alaikum, adab. This is me, Ajaz Jahangir Rathar, resource person, Zone Narbal Badgam. Now, how are you, dear students? I hope 11th class students of stream environmental science must be right in front of television sets to watch this tele class being presented by Directorate of School Education, Kashmir. So, my dear students, let me start by saying that quite recently, some days back, we celebrated World No Tobacco Day, and the theme of this year was Commit to Quit. Let's take a pledge that we will not take this tobacco in any form, and those involved in it will persuade them to shun this practice. Now, coming to my business and coming to my topic, that is ecology, concept, definition, and types. Now, from the religious perspective, from the religious point of view, in fact, it's written in every religion. It's mentioned in every religion that we cannot or we have not to do mischievous acts to the environment. And coming to the religion of Islam, it's written in Quran, and do not mischief on the earth after it has been set in order. That will be best for you if ye have faith. This verse is from Suratul Al-Araf, verse number 85. One more, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, eat and drink, but waste not by excess. For Allah loveth not the wasters. Now, my dear students, what you got from these two verses, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a message like Holy Quran and Sunnah are a guiding light to promote sustainable development. Right? Now, let's talk about ecology. Ecology. My dear students, ecology is a biological science. ecology is a biological science. Ecology is a biological science, and in ecology there are complex interactions. Complex interactions. Number one, ecology is a biological science. Number two, complex interactions. Right? Then, what are the species and between whom these complex interactions happen? These complex interactions occur. These occur among organisms. Among organisms. Among organisms and between organisms and their environment. And between organisms and their environment. Right? I'll repeat. Ecology is a biological science. Now, my dear students, first thing you have to keep in your mind and you need to remember about this ecology. It is a biological science. Number two, complex interactions among organisms. There is a set of actions, reactions, interrelations and interactions that do occur, that do happen between among organisms, then between organisms, and lastly among organisms, between organisms, and then with the environment. Right? So what next? Ecology is connections in nature. Connections in nature. Right? The ecology is various connections between organisms, among organisms, and with their environment. Okay? Now, ecology. Dear students, this ecology is the heart and soul of environmental science. Heart and soul of environmental science. Okay, my dear students, this was an introduction about the ecology. Now, let's learn where from this word came. Now we'll talk about the word ecology, from where it has been taken. Ecology. E-C-O-L-O-G-Y. Ecology. Now, my dear students, this word, it is basically a combination of two words. One is eco and another is logy. Now, where from this eco has been taken? Basically, it is a Greek word, oikos. O-I-K-O-S. Oikos. And then there is this logos. L-O-G-O-S. Oikos and logos. Now, what does this oikos mean? Oikos means place of living. Place of living. Very simple. Then it also means a house. Well, my dear students, it also means a dwelling place. Dwelling place, right? Three words: place of living, a house, a dwelling place. Oikos. This is a Greek word, right? Then there is this logos. Now, what does the logos word mean? It means the study of. The study of. Now, it is very much simplified. You can yourself explain this term ecology. Can you? Nice. Now, let me write this. My dear students, so we can say literally, ecology is the study of organisms. The study of organisms at home. Literally, ecology is the study of organisms at home. You got it? Right. Now, there is controversy about who coined the term ecology. There is controversy about the coining of the word ecology. Different scientists, different authors give credit to different persons, to different, we should say, ecologists, biologists. Now, in that case, Henry David is being given credit to have coined this word ecology. Henry David, let me write it. It's Henry David. Henry David Thoreau, Thoreau. He is said to have coined this word ecology in 1858. Some give credit to this man for coining the word ecology. And some give this credit to German biologist H. Ritter, German biologist H. Ritter. Some give credit to this person for coining the word ecology, and he is said to have coined this word in 1868. In 1868, he is said to have coined this word, this term. Although there is uncertainty and controversy about the original coining of the term ecology, but there is consensus that the German biologist Ernest Haeckel. Now, my dear students, just concentrate on this word, on the name of this scientist, in fact, an ecologist, a biologist who was a German, Ernest Haeckel. He is actually said to have coined this word ecology in 1886. 1886. You got it, my dear students? Yes. Ernest Haeckel is the person who is said to have actually coined this word ecology in 1886, and he is said to have give substance to this term as the knowledge. Now let me write it. the knowledge of the knowledge of the knowledge of the sum of the relations of organisms, sum of the relations of the organisms, the knowledge of the sum of the relations of the organisms to the surrounding outer world, to the surrounding outer world, to organic and inorganic conditions, to organic and inorganic conditions, to organic and inorganic conditions of existence, Right, my dear students? Let me repeat again. The knowledge of the sum of the relations. This is what Ernest Haeckel says about ecology. He says the knowledge of the sum of the relations of the organisms to the surrounding outer world. Now he uses the word surrounding outer world. Let me emphasize this word. So, to organic and inorganic conditions of existence. Right? You got it? Okay. Now we'll talk about various definitions of ecology. Now coming to the definitions. Now, one definition is the branch of biology concerned with the relations. The branch of biology concerned with the relations. The branch of biology concerned with the relations between organisms and their environment. Between organisms and their environment. The branch of biology concerned with the relations between organisms and their environment. Just a little while I told you about the Ernest Haeckel, who is said to have coined the term ecology, and he actually used a term outer world in his definition. Outer world, and this is what we call as environment today. This is what is environment, because I used the word environment here. Now, where from this environment came? Ernest Haeckel had used a word, a term, outer world, and that is what we call as environment today. You got it? So this is its first definition. Now coming to the second, another one. What is that? Now it is a branch of science. It is a branch of science. Branch of science, including human science, including human science, population, now it's the branch of science including human science, including population, including community, ecosystem and biosphere. Community, ecosystem and biosphere. Now my dear students, I have used different terms here. One is human science, another is population, another is community, then there is this ecosystem, and then there is this biosphere. Actually, we will be dealing with all these terms in due course of time. You just keep watching. You just need to stay in front of your TV sets and watch. Inshallah, these terms will be defined in due course of time. Then coming to the third definition, there is this another definition, that is, it is the study of organisms. It is the study of organisms and the environment. Study of, let me write it, study of organisms, their environment, now you see here, my dear students, I am repeatedly using the terms organisms, environment, organisms, environment. Okay, I am repeatedly using these terms because this is what ecology is. It includes organisms and their environment. Okay, now how they interact with each other, how these interact with each other. Okay, you got it? Now this is the study of organisms, their environment, how these interact with each other. Right, my dear students? Okay, now this ecology is studied at various levels. Ecology is studied, it is studied at various levels. Now what are those levels? What are that levels? That is, first, such as an organism. Organism, this is one level. Then there is population. Population, this is another. Then there is community. Then there is community. Then there is ecosystem. And of course, it is also studied at the level of giant ecosystem that we call as biosphere. You got it, my dear students? These were different these definitions about the ecology. Now, number one is the branch of biology concerned with the relations between organisms and their environment. Let me highlight this: organism and their environment. Then branch of science including human science, population, community, ecosystem and biosphere, right? Then there is another one, that is study of organisms, their environment, how these interact with each other. This is one more. Then this ecology is studied at various levels. Now what are those levels? That level can be an organism, that level can be a population. Now what is the population? Population is a group of one type of species, one type of organisms. When they make or constitute a group, that we call as population. And then this ecology is also studied at the level of community. Now community includes different types of organisms and their environment. Now if we also study this ecology at the level of ecosystem, that we will be dealing with in due course of time. Ecosystem we have to read. Then this giant ecosystem that we call as biosphere. You got it, my dear students? Okay. Now next is, well, we studied about different definitions. We studied about different, these ecologists who have given different definitions and meanings to this ecology. These may differ, but the substance remains. What is that? To study the dynamic interactions. To study the dynamic means changing, dynamic interactions to study the dynamic interactions, interrelationships to study the dynamic interactions, to study the dynamic interrelationships between organisms and their environment, between organisms and their environment. Between organisms and their environment at different levels of biological organization, at different levels of biological organization. Now what is this biological organization and what are the dynamic interactions and interrelationships between organisms and their environment that we will be dealing with, right? Then I told you whatever the definition is, and whatever the controversy and confusion was about this coining of the term ecology, but I told you the substance remains. And what is that? That is to study the dynamic interactions, interrelationships between organisms and their environment at different levels of biological organization. This is what Ernest Haeckel refers to. And I told you he has used a word, surrounding outer world, surrounding outer world. And what is that, my dear students? Yes, you are right. that is our environment. That is our environment. Right? Now, he also used another two words. What are those? Organic and inorganic conditions. Organic and inorganic conditions. Organic and inorganic conditions. Now, what we call these? Let me write that here. My dear students, actually I want you to have a pen and pencil with you so that you can note the important points, different important points that we discussed. I hope you must have noted all those. If you have not, I request you to get a pen or pencil and a notebook so that you can note the important points. Okay, now we were talking about the two terms. One is inorganic and organic conditions used by Ernest Haeckel, जिनको अर्नेस्ट हैकल ने इस्तेमाल किया इस इकोलॉजी को डिफाइन करने में. So what are those inorganic and organic conditions? Now, organic means biotic. Ernest Haeckel used organic conditions, and what we call this, that as biotic components. Biotic components, right? You also note it, please. Then there is inorganic conditions used by Ernest Haeckel. Inorganic conditions. Now, what we call that as abiotic components. Abiotic components. Now, what is this biotic components? Now, in biotic components, there may be same or other organisms. Same और other organisms. इसमें एक ही किस्म के organisms हो सकते हैं या और भी मुख्तलिफ किस्म के organisms हो सकते हैं, और इसमें ये डील करता है विद लिविंग फैक्टर्स ऑफ एन इकोसिस्टम. इकोसिस्टम में जो लिविंग फैक्टर्स होते हैं, लिविंग फैक्टर्स of an ecosystem, right? Then it includes different types of organisms. One is bacteria. Another is fungi. Likewise, we can write animals, birds. Now, my dear students, you must have gone through, or you must know about different organisms. Like there are producers, like there are herbivores. Now there are these consumers. Then there is primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. We call those as carnivores and top carnivores. And we can keep those organisms into the biotic components of our ecosystem, right? Then what about this abiotic or non-living components? Now this includes non-living. You also note it down, please. This is non-living physical and chemical. Physical and chemical components. non-living physical and chemical components or conditions like there is temperature, temperature. There is temperature. Then there are gases. Then there is moisture, moisture. Then there is this sunlight. There is sunlight, and of course it also includes soil. You got it? So these are different abiotic components. I repeat, I wrote two terms here. One is organic conditions of existence or organic conditions of life. Then I wrote inorganic conditions of existence or inorganic conditions of life. Then these were coined by, or these were used by actually the Ernest Haeckel in his definition, in his attempt to define ecology. Then we call this component organic conditions as biotic components, right? Then we call inorganic conditions as abiotic components. Now the term biotic itself depicts and itself reveals that it must be related to the life, because bio means life. Biotic components. Now it includes same or other organisms. Now it can include one type of organisms or different types of organisms. Then it also includes living factors of an ecosystem, and in this we keep bacteria, fungi, animals and birds. Now in another inorganic conditions we call as abiotic components, and in that we include non-living physical and chemical components conditions like temperature. Yes, my dear students. Then another one, yes, come on, gases, right? Then there is moisture. Then what next? Yes, sunlight, soil, etc. You got it? Okay, very nice. Now we will be talking about types of ecology. Now we will be talking about types of ecology, right? Let me write it. This is types of ecology. Now what are different types of ecology? Number one is autoecology. One is autoecology. Autoecology. Now what does this autoecology mean? It means ecology of individuals. Let me write it. It is ecology of individuals. Now in different types of ecology there are two main types of ecology. One is autoecology and another one is synecology. Another one is synecology. You got it, my dear students? If you are asked what are different types of ecology, you may answer by this. There are two types of ecology. One is autoecology, another one is synecology. Now in autoecology, it is the ecology of individuals. Now in this autoecology or in this ecology of individuals, what it deals with? It deals with relation of individual species to his environment. Relation of individual species to his environment. All right. Number one, ecology of individuals. Number two, it deals with relation of individual species with their environment. Now, what is unit of study here? What we take the unit of study here? We take the unit of study here as an individual species, right? So I may write here the unit of study is individual species, is individual species. You got it? The unit of study here is individual species. Now, these are studied for details of their geographic distribution. Now, these individual species are studied for their geographic distribution. Geographic distribution. यानी इनका फैलाव कैसा है, ये इस धरती पर, इस जमीन पर या इस इकोसिस्टम में किस तरह फैले हुए हैं, उसको हम पढ़ते हैं इसमें. नाउ वी ऑल्सो रीड इट एंड वी ऑल्सो स्टडी इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर मॉर्फोलॉजी. इनका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है. Now again, let me repeat, my dear students, there are two types of ecology. One is autoecology, another is synecology. In autoecology, we deal with a single type of individual, ecology of individuals, right? Then it deals with a relation of individual species to his environment. Then here we take the unit of study as an individual species. Now what we study here about that individual species, we study his or the geographic distribution of that very individual species. We study the morphology of that very this individual species. We also study the taxonomic position. Third one, taxonomic position. Now my dear students, these organisms have been classified into different groups, into different classes. Now we study the taxonomic position. This is classification, where it is kept. We study the taxonomic position of the individual species, and we study the life cycle of the individual species. Life cycle of the individual species. You got it? Along with the various ecological factors which might influence stages of the development. Along with the various ecological factors which might affect it during various stages of development. Let me repeat it. We are talking about autoecology. Now what is autoecology? It is ecology of individuals. Isn't it simple? Yes. Then it deals with relation of individual species to his environment. You got it? Then here the unit of study is individual species, and what we read, what we study about that individual species, geographic distribution of individual species. We study the morphology, the structure, the constitution by the cells and how it is built up, how it looks. We all study that that is included in this morphology. We study that. Then we study the taxonomic position, where it has been kept, where it has been classified, what is its position. We study about that. And we also study about the life cycle, and also what are the various ecological factors which might affect it during various stages of development. So this is all about autoecology. Now let's talk about synecology. Now what is synecology? It includes plants, it includes animals, and it includes microbes, etc. You got it? Okay. Now we take these together as a group. Together as a group. As a group. I repeat, my dear students, in synecology, we include these plants, animals, microbes, etc., and we study them together as a group, affecting each other. This is very important because these affect each other, affecting each other. You got it, my dear students? Okay, what should be the unit of study here? Yes, come on. Yes. The unit of study here is group of organisms. Group of organisms. And what is that called? Group of organisms. And that is what is a community. That is what is a community. Right? Okay. Now this whole is called as synecology. Synecology. Let me repeat it, my dear students. In various types of ecology, we talked about two things. One is autoecology and synecology. In autoecology, we study, this is the ecology of individuals, right? Then we study in this relation of individual species to his environment. Now here the unit of study, when we have to study it, we study it as a unit. And what is that unit? That unit is individual species. Very right. Then we discuss and we study in this geographic distribution of the individual species. We study the morphology of the individual species. We study the taxonomic position of the individual species. We study the life cycle of the individual species and various ecological factors which might affect it, this individual species, during various stages of development. Then we talked about this synecology. Now in synecology, it constitutes the study of plants, the study of animals, the study of microbes, etc., together as a group. Together as a group. This is very important. Affecting each other, because these plants, animals, microbes do react, do interact, do show relationships, do show interrelationships among them with the environment, and all these are taken as a group affecting each other. Now we call we call the group of organisms as community. So the unit of study here is a community. I have not written that. Now unit of study here is unit of study. Here is community. You got it? Now we call all this as synecology. Now in this synecology, it has further been classified into different types. Let us discuss those. For that, my dear students, you need to wait a bit because I have to rub this board. Be with me, don't go anywhere, okay? I hope and I am sure you won't be going anywhere. We have to complete these types of ecology, okay? So nice of you, my dear students. Okay, now what next? Next is the sin ecology. Now it has further been classified. Let me write it. This is sin ecology. This sin ecology has been categorized, has further been classified into number one, population ecology. Number one is population ecology. Then there is one more type of it, that is community ecology. Community ecology. Then there is one more type, that is biome ecology. It is biome ecology. Biome ecology. And there is one more type, that is ecosystem ecology. Ecosystem ecology. Let me tell you, my dear students, we are discussing the different types of sin ecology. Now first we discussed two types of ecology, that is autoecology and sin ecology. Now we defined and we discussed the autoecology. Now we are discussing about the various types of this sin ecology. Now there are different types of sin ecology. One is population ecology, then there is community ecology, then there is biome ecology, and then there is ecosystem ecology. Now what is population ecology? Here, now let me first clear you what is a population. Population includes different organisms, but the organisms should be of a single species. We call that as the population. Now here the unit of study is population. The unit of study here is population, okay? Pure stands of individuals of a single species. Pure stands of species, pure stands of individuals of a single species. Let you repeat with me. Unit of study here is population, pure stands of individuals of a single species. You got it, my dear students? Okay, then what we study here? Population density. Population density. Okay, then what we study here? We study here competition among the organisms. Now this competition may be between different herbivores for similar type of grass. Okay, now this is population ecology. Now there is this community ecology. Now we earlier discussed about the community. What is a community? Community includes different group of organisms. Now here the unit of study is community, group of individuals. Okay, group of individuals. You got it, my dear students? Okay, then what we study here? We study particular diversity. We study here diversity because there are different types of organisms here. Okay, then we study here location, we study here interaction, location and interaction of community, location and interaction of community. Okay, then the next is biome ecology. Now what is biome ecology? Biome ecology is complex of more than one community, 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 and that we call as community ecology, this biome ecology. And what we study here? We study here similar these climatic conditions in an area having these different communities, and we study them as the different communities surviving under similar climatic conditions, that we call as biome this ecology. Now here what is the unit of study? Unit of study is interaction between various communities. This is very important. Interaction between various communities, that is included in this biome ecology. And in ecosystem ecology, which this is the most recent development in this ecology, that is ecosystem ecology. Here the unit of study is taken as an ecosystem. Okay, now this was all about this ecology concept, definitions and types. My dear students, I hope you must have understood all this. Now if you have any doubt, if you have any confusion, you can contact me. My name is Ejaz Jahangir Rathar. I am a resource person working in Zoon Narbal district, Badgam, and you can contact me on my email ID, that is ejazjahangir123@gmail.com. I repeat, a small, all in small, AIJAZ. I will write it here, AIJAZJAHANGIR123@gmail.com. Okay, this is my email ID. You can contact me anytime, anywhere. Stay safe, stay blessed. God bless you. Thank you.